Hello, it's 2:30, July 30th, 2020, and welcome to the weather update. 91 degrees at Central Park. It's another hot one out there. We do have some showers and thunderstorms out there, and we're going to take a look at the current conditions first. So we got 90 at Farmingdale with a dew point of 70, southwest wind at 14. So there is a sea breeze. It's trying to get going out there. Um, let's look at our map here, temperatures, and you'll see temperatures generally around 90 degrees across the island. Um, South Shore maybe a little cooler. Yeah, they got some low 80s right at the beaches, but everybody else is around 90 degrees. I'll just put the dew points in here so you can see. 73. So Carl Place 792 with a dew point of 73. Very hot and humid out there again. Go to the east end. It's not really all that much cooler. Around 90 there too as well. Twin Forks seeing mid 80s, so a little cooler on the Twin Forks, but very humid. Now as we head in toward the city, temperatures are in the low and middle 90s there. JFK is 84, so there is a sea breeze on the South Shore. But if you go to LaGuardia, it's 93, 91 at Central Park, and as we go into New Jersey, and let's see if it's any cooler up in White Plains is 92, so not really. Going to New Jersey, you got low 90s pretty much across the area here. It looks like there's a heat advisory in effect for Ocean County. Why am I not surprised? So it's 90 at Miller Air Park right now with a dew point of 75, and pretty uncomfortable out there. Some of the stations are reporting this. Lakehurst is reporting 93. It's a hot one though. I think the temperatures will start falling off because we're going to start seeing some thunderstorms becoming more and more widespread. Let's just see what the highs were so far for today. Most of the places have reached their highs. So yeah, upper 80s on the South Shore, around 90 most of Long Island. LaGuardia has a 95. And let's see what Tom's River wound up hitting today. It'll load 93. So yeah, definitely a bit hotter there than here. Not surprisingly, it's always hotter there. So now let's go look at the radar. So this is what we have going on. We have some thunderstorms around. Just very isolated. Looks like there's one with a special marine warning actually, just offshore of. Looks like LBI, Long Beach Island there in New Jersey. And then there's another one that is up in northwestern New Jersey. You have a couple of them popping up here and there. Right now it looks kind of scattered for the most part. So, of course, the other major weather story that we got to talk about is Tropical Storm Isaias. And this is Isaias, probably not pronouncing it right, but it is over Puerto Rico right now. So let's take a look at the latest on Isaias because this is a storm we have to watch. Let's get the latest public advisory here. Isaias bringing heavy rainfall and tropical storm force winds to portions of the Dominican Republic. So as of 2 p.m., its location is 18.9 north, 69.8 west. It's about 95 miles west-northwest of Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic, or about 85 miles southeast of Puerto Plata in the Dominican Republic. Maximum sustained winds up to 60 miles an hour already. Present movement northwest at 20 miles per hour. Minimum central pressure 1003 millibars, 29.62 inches. Let's go and take a look at the map here. And you can see they've shifted the track a little bit further east, and this is the concern now. They're still not having it become a hurricane like some of the models have, but you can see it's going to recurve and then go along the east coast. And now we're in the cone of uncertainty. You can see that cone of uncertainty now covering part of Long Island there, or most of Long Island actually, and New Jersey. And this is the concern here that we have. Let's take a look at this on satellite. Gotta wait for the satellite to load, which we know is a pain to have to wait. Let's really preload this stuff. Doesn't really look all that well organized from what I see on it. You know what a minute? You know what a minute? I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try this because that's whatever reason the satellite image on that site load very slow. So let me try this. Caribbean. Let's try this. I know the resolution isn't as high, but yeah, you can sort of see it here. So here is the. I can make this a little larger here. It's still loading. Here is the Caribbean satellite. This is the regular satellite here, and you can see it definitely looks well put together, and it looks like the center is not over land. It's over the water, and that makes all the difference in the world because there's a lot of mountains on these islands. So it being over the water is going to help it strengthen even further. So now we have the infrared loop. So this is the infrared, and you can see the convection along it there. But it looks like the center be over what. It's still kind of disorganized looking though. But I think once it gets past these islands, I think it will it will be able to strengthen a little more right now. But you can still see it's got a healthy outflow. You can definitely see this is a tropical system for sure. And let's go and take a look, I guess, at the model output here. All right, so this is the global models, and most of them are tracking it now further to the east, and most of them are tracking it east of our area and having it make a recurve out to sea and just brush the coast. All right, except for one, and then there's like two that are western outliers. So most of them take this thing offshore. All right, hopefully that is where we want it. We don't want it coming onshore. But the intensity is stronger now because it does stay more offshore over the water. We do see more models straying into the Cat 1 or Cat 2 category. So let's take a look at the models now, and let's see where this thing takes us. All right, so we're right here, and we will look at first the upper air patterns. So let's do that. We'll go look at the upper air. So this is the GFS. All right, you can see that trough coming in. All right, and then the ridge builds back. So the ridge kind of pushes it because the ridge is over here. It kind of pushes it west toward the coast. It's drawn toward this trough here. That's now in the eastern part of the Midwest, and then this is the GFS here, and you can see it comes awfully close to us because of that ridge. There's a stalled front right here, and it just provides a pathway for the storm to literally come right past us. Now it's saying Tuesday, Monday. It was the GFS was saying Monday. Now it's saying Tuesday that it would take that path and then move away. However, this is, like I said, a concerning track. It is awfully close to us, awfully close. Look at the European. For the European to load here, and the European kind of much weaker, and then it kind of just it's a weaker system, but you can see the European looks like it takes it right up the coast there. So that's definitely a concern there. All right, so let's take a look at the surface here. So you can see it takes it across the Bahamas and strengthens it. This is the GFS here. And that definitely looks like every bit of a hurricane right there. And then you can see the pressure's dropping, continuing to drop, goes along the outer banks there, and literally brushes our area, brushes us. Then it looks like it's trying to form something else, trying to spin something else up there too. Very slow. A lot of people on the site, I guess. But that's a concern right there when you see a track like that. That's very close to our area. And the problem is you have the ridge here, so it's not going to let it recurve out to sea so fast. You have the stall front here and the trough like this. And it's just riding up in the south-southwest winds up the coast there. So that's the concern that we have going forward. And I want to just cut to the chase here. We'll just go right in our area and we'll look at the impacts that this has for us. Again, it comes awfully close, and look at how tight that storm is. So look at that. It looks like it lashes the east end with some heavy rain and maybe some wind. The Cape might get a direct hit, according to this model run here. And the GFS has been consistently doing this. And let's look at the GFS parallel run here. Well, it looks like they agree with each other. So this is the GFS parallel run. I don't have completely in yet, but very concerning. So now if we were look at the impact with the winds, let's do this. This is the impact from the wind here. That the worst the winds would stay away from Long Island, but the Cape would definitely get in, and you could see this is a healthy hurricane right here. Very definitely concerning to see this, because the center stays over the water, and you know the waters are very warm offshore, so this thing is going to be able to maintain its strength. It's not going to weaken like they normally do, and that's the problem with this warm water that we have. And the news is obsessed with the sharks. Because the sharks are something that certain time our friends on the South Shore don't like sharks. I mean, I love sharks, and hopefully more of them will come. It's too bad. Shark Week is going to be around the corner too. So, but anyway, with such warm water, you're going to see this thing. It's not going to. These storms aren't going to weaken like they normally do. So that's the GFS look of it. Now, I don't think the NAM is going to go far enough out for us. See if no, it doesn't. It only goes out to Monday. Yeah, it's not going to go far enough out. Can't use that. It's not in range of the short range models just yet. So I want to look at some of the hurricane models now. So we're going to look at some of those now. HWRF, Isaias. So we're going to follow this. This model follows the storm for you, so you get to see what it looks like. All right. So you can see it rides at the Bahamas, stays just offshore, so it stays over the water, and that warm water is going to give it all the strength it needs. Has it go? All right. This model has it make a landfall in North Carolina, so that'll weaken it a little bit, but then it goes over the water again. Could strengthen again in the water south of Long Island and then hit the east end. Definitely this is not the scenario we want. Well, this is it's a better scenario than having the center go to the west, but more the storm is over the water, the stronger it's going to get. You can see it only has that. You can see it's the recurve out there. You can see it. All right. No, this is a special hurricane floater, so let me go back to this area. So this is definitely a concern. All right, I'm going to look at some other models, but first let's get to the weather that we're going to be experiencing for the next couple of days here across our area. So I guess we'll go to the NAM 12 kilometer and we will look at our precipitation chances. Actually, you know what? We'll look at the HRRR. Look at that. Oh, 18Z. We'll just use the 12Z. And look at the precipitation here. So you can see it's going to develop the scattered showers and thunderstorms with this front that's going to try to make through. But the front gets hung up, and so you can see that they're going to keep that shower chance. And I know the site is very slow. It's just a lot of people on it right now, I guess. But we could have some more rain overnight. We need some rain too, so we might see some showers and thunderstorms overnight with this frontal boundary. It looks like it's developing some pretty heavy rains over our area for tomorrow morning. So we may have some heavy downpours, and they may linger until the early afternoon, perhaps, because this front is just going to get hung up right over us. That's the problem with the stall front that we're going to have. But let's see how much rain that the HRRR brings. Hopefully we do get, because we are in, like I said, a drought watch here, so we could use some rain. It does give the island around 1 inch to 2 inches of rain, which would be great, and hopefully Long Island gets hit with some of this. But if we look at some of the other models, I have a feeling they're not going to develop that same thing. So let's look at the NAM. The NAM develops it a little too. So I'm thinking we will see some rainy overnight across our area, and showers and thunderstorms over us from that. So let's go to the GFS. Let's see what that puts out. Rainfall, a little less. So the GFS thinks it's going to stay mostly to the south. Well, we'll find out by tonight how far this front gets, I guess. So we'll start with the dew points because that's the demarcation of where the front is on the GFS, and you'll see here that, yeah, it's just kind of hung up, and then we don't really get into that dry air. Again, very slow. I do apologize. We get into a little bit of dry air Saturday, but not very much, because that front just kind of just washes out over us. It's just going to be another wimpy front again, I think. And then here comes those south winds, and we're going to get some really juicy, humid air that's going to be coming along with the tropical system here. And you can see even after it passes this front, we still can't get this dry air in here. The ridge is still kind of just kept it. It's literally just, if you're upstate, it's much better, but it's literally we're just playing with the stall front all week long next week. And again, a very slow site. A lot of people on it. I guess the site's slowing down. This usually happens when there's a tropical system. So let's look at the temperatures. Actually, you know what, we'll keep it in the dew point and we'll look at some of the other models. Let's see how the NAM handles these dew points. So you can see the same thing. This front just doesn't go anywhere. It just hung up. Clearly see that it's just hung up. Let's go all the way to Saturday here. I know, a spinning circle. We gotta wait. Very slow. We got a lot of trouble getting information here. That's not even what I want to see here. Alright, so this is Saturday. Okay, so you can see, yeah, we don't really get into that dry air. You clearly see the ridge. It's just, that's the problem with that ridge. And then here comes, look at some really deep humidity that we're going to start getting on Sunday. Head of that tropical system. It's going to be feeling very tropical around here. It's like the whole Long Island is becoming like a tropical island somewhere, you know? it's ridiculous. So let me go to the temperatures now. So these are the temperatures for the, actually I'll just use the GFS for the temperatures, which so this is the temperature. It looks a little cooler though. It looks like tomorrow won't be that hot because of the rain hanging around and the cloud cover. So even though it'll be humid, temperatures probably may not even hit 80 for the last day of July. And then for Saturday, we're back up in 85 to 90 degrees again. And then Sunday, there's going to be a strong south flow, so I think the island will probably stay in the 80s. Jersey's going to bake in the 90s. And then we see the effects of that tropical system passing us by there. Probably with the cloud cover and the temperatures cooler. Cooler, but extremely humid. So let's go look at the skies. I guess that's the most thing we'll look at. Will we be able to get any clear skies? Probably not with that front hanging around, but see if we can. So here you go. Here's that front. It's perfectly depicted on the GFS here for you. We try to push some of those clouds back, but I think they roll right back in on us on Saturday. Maybe we'll be lucky, and maybe we can get a mostly sunny day out of it. And then plenty of clouds for Sunday. And then here comes the tropical system. You can clearly see it right there. So look at the NAM as far as the clouds go, sky cover. There are a couple other models I want to look at too. Hopefully we'll be able to load those a little quicker than this site. This site is being very slow because there are a lot of people on it. It's a great site, tropicaltidbits.com, but just a lot of people on it, so it's slowing down quite a bit. That's making this weather update longer. is the name. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't really get rid of the clouds for us on Saturday, so yeah, probably not a nice day with clear skies. I don't know when we're gonna get one of those. To be honest with you, it's very hard. Um, so let me go to the windy.com site, because the windy.com site was showing some pretty scary stuff for the storm. So let me move this along here. Put this on the East Coast. So it's Saturday here. Where's the storm? Oh, there it is. You can see it's right over the Bahamas right there. So this uses the European model. Now, the European is now taking it a little further west now over Florida. That's interesting. It just kind of dissipates it. Where does it go? Oh, and then it comes and emerges back out over the coast on Tuesday. It's much slower, much weaker. Yeah, but this was looking scary last night. It was... Should have seen the old run that it had. It had like a 90-mile-an-hour wind gust over Long Island with the center going right inland of between the Appalachians and the coast, which would be the worst setup for us. But right now, it doesn't look like it has that scenario for us, which is good. So we don't have to worry about that. Let's look at the Ventu Sky site. That one uses the Euro. The Ventu is, I believe, at that point uses the GFS. So it'll give you a better idea of... Alright, it would be Tuesday. This thing would make a approach at us. Actually, no, it's saying Monday. Alright, Monday. Monday night now. Make an approach. You can see it just races it through. Where is it? There it is. So this is Monday night. Let me get the winds up here. This is, again, using the GFS. You can see every bit a healthy hurricane here, right off the Delmarva right there, right? And we have to move it along to the next day. 2 a.m. Right off the Jersey Shore right there. And it just makes it really close shave to Long Island. Looks like the East End would get this. Would be 5 a.m. on Tuesday. It's 8 a.m. It's hitting the Cape. So 5 a.m. We go to wind gusts. Let's see what Long Island would be seeing from that. Nothing too terrible. The worst would stay just offshore, according to this. But man, this would be a mess. That's for sure. And if we look at the waves, if we can get wave data here, get some. All right, it's a little behind here. Let's get definitely some strong waves from this thing. I don't know where the wave data is running behind on this. But yeah, this would be a bad scenario for the East End. But the worst case scenario would be if it took a track right, like I said, right along the coast. But it's still a ways to go with Isaias, so I'll keep you updated on it. Obviously, a lot going on with the weather, you know, weather's going to be the main story for this week as we track Isaias and deal with more heat, humidity, and of course the chance for some thunderstorms. So we'll see what happens. If there's more severe weather, I'll have another update later. Take care.